So I tried Henry Meds and PeterMD to see what the real difference actually is, not just what's on their website. And honestly, there was a few surprises. If you've been wondering which one actually is worth it for TRT, let's talk about it. And if you want to check either of them out later, the link is in the description below or the QR codes on the screen to get the best deals on whichever feels like a better fit. Let's start with Henry Meds. This one has gotten pretty popular, and I can see why. They've really leaned into telemedicine and hormonal replacement, especially testosterone therapy. It is built for convenience, but it still feels pretty thorough. You basically start with an online questionnaire, hop on a quick consult with a licensed provider, and if everything checks out, your meds ship straight to you. You never have to step foot in a doctor's office. It's all digital and streamlined. And for guys who hate the whole waiting room experience and just don't have time, that's a huge win. They mainly offer testosterone in injection form, which most people will tell you is the golden standard if you want constant results. They also have oral options depending on your needs, but injections are where they put most of their focus. One thing that sets Henry Meds apart is how they handle progress tracking. They don't just hand you a vial and disappear. They actually include comprehensive labs testing as part of the process that they use to adjust your treatment as you go. The ongoing monitoring makes a big difference because it keeps you from running into those highs and lows that can happen when your dosing isn't quite right. It's the small details, but it's a lot of an overall experience. Now switching gears to PeterMD. This one's been around for a while, and it's kind of the go-to for guys who want something fast, simple, and affordable. It's also all done through telemedicine. So the setup is pretty similar: online consultation, lab work, prescription, doorstep delivery, but the vibe is totally different. PeterMD's strengths is how easy and no nonsense it feels. You get the results, you talk to the doctor, and boom, you're set up. Their main focus is also testosterone therapy, mostly injections, but they do have other options, but they do offer pills and creams too, if you prefer that form. What I like about PeterMD is that they don't try to overwhelm you with too many extras. It's really built for guys who just want basic done right. And talking and delivering and setting up, both companies are pretty efficient. There's a slight difference in how they approach it. Henry Meds takes a bit longer up front because they do extra testing and check-ins, which is great if you're the kind of person who wants things fine-tuned from the start. PeterMD, on the other hand, is fast. You can practically have your meds shipped out before the other platform has even scheduled your second call. So depending on what kind of person you are, whether you like a slow and steady detailed approach or a quick and easy one, that difference is noticeable. And from my own experience, Henry Meds gave me a pretty smooth start once I got through the initial process. Yeah, it was a little more paperwork and waiting around for labs, but it paid off. The treatment plan felt customized from day one. They looked at my hormonal levels, asked about sleep, mood, and energy, and used that info to set up a dose, and it felt right. When the results started kicking in, I noticed a steady improvement. Better energy, clearer focus, even mood stabilization. And because they did all the follow-ups and they tweaked things along the way until it just felt right. So that's definitely a win for Henry Meds if you like a more hands-on tolerated approach. PeterMD though wins when it comes to convenience. The whole onboarding process was fast and communication was clear, and the meds arrived right away when they said they would. I didn't have to jump through a lot of hoops. It's great if you're impatient or just want to get started without waiting for a couple of weeks. And to be fair, the results were great too. I started feeling more energy and more motivation after a few weeks. My workouts felt better and I wasn't dragging myself through the day anymore. The quality of the testosterone itself was solid, no weird side effects, no fluctuations, it just worked. So for ease and reliability, PeterMD gets the point. Now here's where I noticed the biggest contrast, the ongoing care. Henry Meds really takes that seriously. They'll reach out and ask you, how are you feeling? review your labs again after a few weeks, and makes little tweaks if needed. It's like having a coach checking on you to make sure you're not overdoing it or underdoing it. I actually liked that part because it made me feel like they were invested in getting the best results possible. PeterMD, while still reliable, is more of a you've got this kind of approach. They set you up, make sure you're good to go, and you take it from there. So if you're someone who likes to be more hands-off and just handle it yourself, that's perfect. But if you want the consistent follow-up and personalization, Henry Meds has the edge there. When it comes to pricing, PeterMD is the clear winner. They're just more affordable, plain and simple, and you get good meds, solid results, and you're not paying for extra stuff you might not need. Henry Meds is a little pricier. That's because of all of the added lab works, the customization adjustments, and the frequent check-ins. It's not crazy expensive, but it's definitely feeling a difference in what you're paying for. So if the cost is the deciding factor for you, PeterMD probably fits better. So after using both, I'd say it's kind of a tie. They're just different in what they offer. Henry Meds wins for personalization and ongoing support. PeterMD wins for speed, simplicity, and cost. It's like comparing two different styles of doing the same thing. If you like something handled a bit of extra care and testing, Henry Meds feels more prime. If you want to just get in and get your meds and get on with your life, PeterMD is the simpler choice. I personally like Henry Meds' approach, so in the long run, I'll be sticking with them. But in the end, both will get you the same goal, feeling more energized, sharper, and more balanced. It's really about how much involvement you want along the way. Personally, I like Henry's extra monitoring, but also I loved how easy PeterMD made the process. So I can't even say one's better than the other, but it's more about which one fits your vibe. Anyway, if you're thinking about trying either one, you can check out the links in the description or the QR code on the screen to get the best price, whichever one you're leaning towards. Now I've got to ask, have you tried Henry Meds or PeterMD before? What was your experience like? Tell me in the comments below.